Do you struggle with anxiety? If so, how do you overcome it? I have a natural proclivity towards anxiety, certainly, but I've learned how to manage it. And it's just one of those things where I ask myself a series of questions when I get anxious. The first question is, can I control the outcome of this thing that I'm worried about? Right? Let's say, for example, I'm scared of flying on airplanes. I used to be terrified to fly on airplanes. Now I can tolerate it just because it's one of those things where if you do enough reps of it, you get used to it. Part of the reason I was afraid is just because I wasn't used to like the feeling and like I didn't know what was normal and what was not. So it was just a level of ignorance that caused that. But I ask myself, okay, I'm on an airplane and I'm afraid that it's going to go down. I ask myself the first question, can I control the outcome? No. Even if I was in the cockpit and had control, it would not be the best outcome because I don't know how to fly an airplane. So in this scenario with 2 trained pilots flying the plane, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and everyone's oriented in the best position for the best outcome. I'm in a seat as a passenger and the pilots are in the cockpit. That's how it should be. I should be a lot more anxious if I was in the cockpit and the pilots were in the passenger seat. So can I control the outcome? If the answer is no, then I have to remind myself that no matter how anxious I get, no matter how much I worry about the outcome, it's not going to change it. So all I'm doing is making myself more miserable. All I'm doing is digging myself a hole. And that level of irrationality can most of the time just snap me out of it, where it's like, okay, you're being ridiculous. You're being absolutely ridiculous. Even if you tried to control the situation, you would just make it worse. Now, on the flip side, if we are in a scenario where I do have control, like let's say somebody has health anxiety, right? They're afraid of getting some disease or being unhealthy or getting sick. Well, there's a certain degree of control that you do have over that. So you should go about doing the things that you are in control of. You eat the right foods, you move your body, you go outside, you drink a lot of water, you take care of yourself, you get sleep. Those are the things that you can control. Beyond that, the outcome is going to be the outcome. And that's where you have to learn to let go. Once you have asked yourself that series of questions and you get to the point where you can say, okay, I have this amount of control over the outcome. I've done everything that I can do to control the outcome. And now at this point, there's nothing more that I can do that I can identify. And I have to let go because otherwise my quality of life is going to drop substantially. And it takes a lot of reps to do that, to actually be able to let go, because to be totally honest with you, when you tell yourself to let go, you're going to be faking it for a while. You're just going to be like repeatedly reminding yourself to let go and just like distract yourself. But eventually you get good at it. Eventually you literally say to yourself, okay, you're doing the thing again. You're driving yourself nuts. You've done this so many times where you were worried about this thing. You didn't have control over the outcome. And then the thing that you were worried about happening actually didn't happen. So like you're doing the thing again. You get better at it, but that's how I've learned to manage it. So yes, I do have a proclivity towards anxiety, but you develop tools and you develop the skills to manage it properly.